the situation with the highest form of it, as what was presented in the end, in the last episode of the Stargate series. The whole series ended with the end of Stargate Universe. For those of you that haven't picked up on it, when I created my Kosabi Institute channel, it sent a panic through this group of people who had been basically feeding off of my life, off of my private life, off of my private work. And, you know, they thought they were going to lose the source for, you know, Stargate Atlantis and, you know, all this other crap that they were doing. And they were. Not the way they thought. But so they started tormenting me and antagonizing me, and I didn't really know who was doing it or why. And they just wanted to shake me up and try to prevent me from continuing the Kosabi Institute. And so they enabled these other people to come in using means that, like I said, they're off the books. You know, they're psychological and spiritual warfare. Some of the techniques, and it's crazy stuff. It's really crazy stuff. And so their provocateurs came in, some of them unknowing, and they have been manipulating the relationship between myself and Matthew Siegel. They picked up on my interest in Matt, and there were the two main groups seemed to have been at odds about it. One group seemed to be very positive about the possibilities there, and the other group was like, this isn't happening, we're going to stop this. And so I got in the middle. We're in the middle of this fight that's going on between these two groups, and it's ugly. It's very, very ugly. And so they Stargated Matt. He's the Stargate universe. The 2 seasons, the 2 years of that, sort of center around sort of plans that they made independently of my approval of what would be happening. And it's really crazy. I mean, it's just insane. I don't know. I assume that he was given some small amount of information about it, like I was, that I forgot about. When they made Stargate, someone came and talked to me about it, but they didn't really tell me exactly what they were going to do. And looking at it in retrospective, it's kind of like that scene in the movie Ghostbusters when the demon asks you what form you want your destroyer to take. Oh, we're going to destroy you on film, or in the movies or whatever. What would you like? I mean, that's the sort of question that we're asked. What do you want the guy to look like? Blah blah blah. This, that, the other. How would you see, a portrayal of your life? And I didn't realize that they were going to be involving themselves with my life in secret and devious ways. And that's exactly what's going on. And that's, if you talk to somebody in an intelligence agency, where they talk about how they do their business, when they want to get to somebody, they go to the person that person is interested in. They fuck with that person's personal life. So messing with the solar logos, messing with the nature of the soul, spiritual continuity, and transcendental healing has been institutionalized into our government in a way that has corrupted the solar logos. And so, and you go tell these people that, they'll look at you with the stare of a drooling dog, because they're so fucking stupid that they don't know. They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. And it's sad. It's very, very sad. And I don't know what's going to happen. That show has ended. The discovery that I made with the synchronization, the intentional manifestation of two separate forms that fit together like puzzle pieces to communicate with one another, independently. One is a work of a single individual, Matthew Siegel. The other is a collaboration, a continuity of this sort of avatar issue that is set to a song by Katy Perry, Futuristic Lover. And it's the piece speaks for itself. It's like it's a communication from this other intelligent form that the people who made Farscape have seen. So the people who made Farscape ended up seeing this form in the emergent phenomena that was happening with the Farscape videos. There are these people who make Farscape videos. I would call them zombies. They don't know what's going on. They're independent of the group, but in the form of their Farscaping, there's 10,000 of these music videos made to Farscape on the internet. If you look around, they coincide. There are coincidental pairings that are every bit as intelligent as the intentional ones. And so there is a cooperation of an unconscious intelligence that I don't think the makers of the show have necessarily been able to articulate as well as its portal. And so that's what's happening. That it demonstrates, not only does it demonstrate intelligent design, but it demonstrates that there is a telos, that there is a purpose for that design that transcends our ability to comprehend it. And that's just huge. It's physical evidence I've got. A message from this intelligence. And it's right there if you want to look at it. But you have to, the more you understand the history of the production of Avatar and the nature of what Katie is singing about, the nature of what Matt's talking about, the better you'll be able to understand the entire story, the entire message. It's a message. And this is referred to in as the God signal. The God signal at the end of the last episode of Stargate. And so, yeah, very interesting, this discovery. I consider it it's almost every bit as important as the sun-grazing comet hypersymmetry. I think it's, in some sense, it's more important because as people are operating under the assumption that, everything is just random, that we are just a mistake or an accident, that's the result of this coincidental evolution of things and people that happens on a level that no one is in control of and nothing is in control of, and that the intelligence of the world is independent of our human intelligence, that is rare and doesn't exist anywhere else, is crap. It's wrong. I've demonstrated it. For anyone that is smart enough, takes intelligence to recognize intelligence. And so there's people that aren't going to have the intelligence. And, there's the Planet of the Apes metaphor. Some people call these people the Space Monkey Mafia because they act like monkeys. They act unintelligently in their behavior, and they are gang-like and warlike and use force in inappropriate and ineffective way. I think there are people that use force in an effective way, just to clear that up. I don't want to be one of them, really. I don't feel like I want to engage this battle in a physical way. I don't think it's not my choice to do that. I think I'm capable. I just don't think that that's really the effective way to do it right now. And so I'm going to continue to try to use technology and knowledge and media as my sword, and continue with that. And I'm going to try to make myself more independent, if I could be, possibly more independent, without compromising my relationship. But that's being toyed with. It's being manipulated. And there's not a lot I can do about people that will be doing that. And everybody has their interests. But yeah, the big one there, big lesson there is that these people who don't have any more scruples than to manipulate people's love lives, to manipulate people's interests in dark and evil ways. Basically, they're like, systemically, the Farscapers and the Gators are almost like drama vampires, and they seemingly feed and entertain themselves off of my personal dramas. And this is very, very concerning. If you could imagine being in my position. It's been difficult over the past couple of years, the past year and a half, or how long I've sort of been engaging this full force, to think about anything else with this going on, with this huge group of people interested in my interests, that have alienated and manipulated me in incomprehensible ways. And so, what do you do? What do I do about that? Any ideas? I mean, are you people just sworn to secrecy, and you feel like it's a fair play, maybe? You feel like it's going to get you anywhere? You still that bent on possessing me as an asset? It's a bone. So yeah, good questions.